What's going on, everybody out there watching this video? Thanks for watching if you are. If you're not, you're not. I don't really care. This is my TLC 2015 review video. Tonight was TLC. I watched the entire show. I didn't pay attention to every single match, but I did hear the outcomes because I had it very loud on my TV while I was on Twitter live tweeting it. So, here we go. It kicked off with Sasha Banks and Team Bad in the ring cutting a promo on the Boston, or cutting a promo in front of the Boston fans. As everybody knows, Sasha Banks is from Boston. She is the boss, and she's from Boston. So I'm sure when she came out, I missed her entrance, but I'm sure she got a great reaction because she's in her hometown. As I said, I missed Sasha's entrance because I was still watching Green Bay against Dallas. Anyways, that's another story. This isn't a sports video. This isn't me talking about football. This is my TLC review. Just gotta catch my breath here. I'm out of breath for some reason. Whatever. Kickoff show. As I said, Team Bad and Sasha were cutting a promo, and then Becky Lynch came out. I saw her entrance, and the match started. They had a very good women's match. It was a decent women's divas match, whatever you want to call it. I like to call it women's match because Sasha and Becky are women's wrestlers. They're not just divas to me. They're women's wrestlers that can really work and go out there and have a 5-star match. If WWE would let them and give them the opportunity, they actually could have a great match. And they had a pretty good match on the kickoff show of TLC. Sasha wins with some interference from Team Bad, distracting Becky Lynch, bank statement, and then Sasha Banks wins. I was glad Sasha got a win in her hometown of Boston. That's cool because usually when a superstar wrestles in their hometown, WWE usually has them lose in job in their hometown. So I'm happy that Sasha won. Good for her. I'm a big fan of Sasha. She's a hell of a talent. Everybody knows that by watching her. Up next was the TLC pay-per-view, the first match I thought it would kick off with. I kind of hoped it did not, because this 3-way ladder match, triple threat ladder match, it could have been saved for like into the second hour of TLC. They could have put it on, but whatever, they wanted to, I guess WWE, whoever booked the show, wanted to kick off TLC in a great way, with a hot match to have a great hot start to the show. And it was a great match, and got the crowd really into it because it was a triple threat ladder match for the tag titles. I had the New Day retaining. As I said in my predictions video, the New Day I thought should retain and win. And they did win. I'm very happy about that. As I said, I think I've said it on Twitter week after week. I think the New Day rocks. They're great. They're entertaining as hell. They make me laugh. They're a great tag team, and they're just so damn entertaining because WWE lets them be themselves and do what they want to do. They let the New Day be creative and say what they want to say. I don't think their promos are scripted like a lot of other guys' promos are. I think the New Day just talks off the top of their head. And that's how it should be done in wrestling. If you can't cut a promo on your own off the top of your head, you shouldn't be in wrestling. So, the New Day wins. It was a great triple threat ladder match. It was pretty damn good. It was better than I expected. I didn't think it'd be so good, but it was. And I'm very happy it was good. Because it was and I thought this triple threat ladder match, I thought would be the match of the show. And it would steal the TLC show, and it did. And even though I thought the main event would be pretty damn boring and the crowd would be dead, it actually surprised me in the end. After the match was over, Roman Reigns attacking Triple H. The end of that was great. It was booked very good. Made Roman look strong. Made the crowd get behind Roman and care. Actually care about him as a babyface. So what they did with Triple H and having Roman attack him worked. Because the crowd popped for it. So, New Day wins. It was a great match at that insane spot where Kalisto was on top of the ladder with one of the Usos. He flipped backwards, did a backflip off the top of the, probably 20-foot ladder. Did a backflip off there, did his finishing move. I can't even pronounce it. Sala de Sona, whatever it's called. I don't know what the hell it's called. I forget. And if I did remember, I probably couldn't pronounce it. So Kalisto just does his finisher off the top of the ladder, flips backwards into like a sit-out pinning position where he had his legs spread. They go through the ladder, crash through the ladder. It was a great spot. That was exciting. That was awesome. It was a great high spot. I'm sure the ladder was not real metal. I'm sure it was a gimmick ladder. And it probably had a break in it where they landed on it, the spot where they landed on the ladder just went like this probably. And just gave out, so I'm sure they didn't get that injured. But they probably got a little bit hurt. Anyways, Lucha Dragons brought it in this match. The Usos, I don't like them, but they brought it. And the New Day brought it. And I was saying on Twitter, Xavier Woods, please get in the ring and interfere. And he eventually did. And then the New Day won. Kofi climbed up, got the belts down. New Day retains and wins. And are still WWE Tag Team Champions. Congratulations to the New Day. They're a hell of a team. I love them as a tag team. I love them together as a three-man team. They're great and they're entertaining as hell. The New Day indeed rocks, people. If you don't like the New Day, and if you don't think they're entertaining, well, you better get your head checked because something's wrong with you, in my opinion. So, now, after that, and they had Woods on commentary for a little bit. That was entertaining. Woods could replace JBL and Cole and still be more entertaining and better than them. Whatever. New Day wins, retains. I'm happy they did, as I said. And I'll keep saying it. The New Day should retain the titles until WrestleMania and then lose them to probably the Dudleys and probably a TLC match. Like a 4-team TLC match, I think that'd be great. Or you could even add a 5th team in that match. You could add a lot of guys to work WrestleMania to get them on the show. Put 5 teams in a TLC match for the tag titles. And then, if I was booking, I'd have the New Day drop the titles at WrestleMania because it is the biggest show of the year. And you need some title changes on that show and some excitement on the show. Or to get fans into it, you need a lot of title changes. At least 2 or 3, I think. Now on to the U.S. title match. It was a chairs match. Stupid gimmick, stupid chairs match. Never, ever, ever have been a fan of these chair matches, and I never will be. I'm not a fan of chair matches. I think they're stupid as hell. It's a stupid concept. But I get it because it was tables, ladders, chairs, pay-per-view. So I get the chairs match gimmick that they had to put it on the pay-per-view. Alberto Del Rio defended his U.S. title and defeated Jack Swagger. Zeb did not come out with Del Rio because Del Rio threatened him on Monday Night Raw and put a chair up against Zeb's face like he was going to attack him and said, "Shut up, you stupid American. Like, you shut your mouth. I'm the best. And you just shut your mouth." And then he picked up a chair like he was going to hit Zeb, and he never hit him. But he threatened him. So Zeb was nowhere to be found on TLC. That kind of sucked. I like Zeb. I don't know if he helps backstage. I don't know if he's backstage and if he helps with the show, with the booking, or on the creative team. I don't know. I do know Zeb. When he's in TNA, he's Dutch Mantel, the old wrestler. His name was Dutch Mantel. When he was in TNA on the creative team, he was really helping the Knockouts division and pushing the Knockouts division and booking it. And he did a great job at that. So WWE should hire Dutch Mantel as a part of their creative team because they need someone like him. And I don't know if this is true, but I heard that Road Dogg, Jesse James, he's a backstage agent in the WWE, that the Road Dogg came up with Roman Reigns. He came up with the phrase tater tots, and I guess he told Roman Reigns to say it, or someone listened to the Road Dogg and had Roman say that. Well, if that's true and Road Dogg did come up with the phrase and did want Roman to say tater tots, Road Dogg should be fired. The guy's a legend. He was part of DX. He's part of the New Age Outlaws. Great legendary tag team, but if the Road Dogg came up with tater tot, something so damn stupid, and he probably thought it was funny because we're living in the PG era. Well, it wasn't funny. It was a bunch of crap. It was stupid as hell. So Road Dogg, you should be fired for that if you came up with tater tots, and if you came up with Roman saying that and told him to say it or whatever. I don't know if Road Dogg is part of the creative team. Maybe he is. I don't know. But if he came up with tater tots, that he should be fired immediately off the creative team, and he should no longer be able to give Vince any ideas. Alberto Del Rio wins. That wasn't shocking or surprising at all. I expected it. And Jack Swagger, I guess, tried his hardest. He had Alberto locked in an ankle lock with a chair on his ankle, around his ankle. He still couldn't beat Del Rio. Del Rio wins and is still the U.S. champion. I don't see Del Rio losing the U.S. title anytime soon because he's in the League of Nations, and they're pushing the League of Nations. So I think it'd be damn pointless to have Del Rio lose the U.S. title to Cena. That'd be dumb as hell and pointless. So Del Rio should probably keep the U.S. title till WrestleMania also and drop it at WrestleMania to somebody. So Alberto wins. I had him winning. I was happy he won, even though I would have liked to see Jack Swagger win the U.S. title, but again, he's not going to get any push anytime soon. He was just basically on the TLC pay-per-view to job to Alberto Del Rio. It's sad that Jack Swagger can't get a title run with any title. He can't even get a title. The guy hasn't been used at all, barely. In 2015, I don't know why. I don't know if he has heat backstage. I don't know what. But Swagger is booked like a mid-carder. And if I was him, I'd ask for my release. Because I'd be tired of not being used and basically never being pushed. But whatever. That's a different story for a different video. As I said, I would have liked Swagger to win, but I knew he wasn't going to win, and I was right. He lost. It wasn't that hard to come up with New Day winning. I thought they'd win, and I'm glad they did. I'm glad WWE did the right thing and put the New Day over and had them retain, and I'm glad Alberto retained also. Even though Swagger, it would have been nice if he would have won the U.S. title and got a push. Up next was crap. It was Ryback against Rusev. I was afraid that WWE would put this match on the TLC show. I wish it was on the kickoff show because Rusev versus Ryback is boring as fuck. As a longtime wrestling fan, I am so sick of Rusev versus Ryback. It's sickening. It's like being hit in the head with a hammer. It's just gives me a headache. Anytime on Raw and SmackDown and pay-per-views they say we're going to see Rusev versus Ryback again in a one-on-one match. I don't want to see that. That is not entertaining at all to me as a fan. It was boring as hell. And I made a joke on Twitter. I said, I wish WWE would have put the camera on Lana the entire match and just kept the camera on Lana. So at least we have something good to look at. Instead of Rusev and Ryback in the ring wrestling each other for the 500th time in their careers. We don't need to see Rusev versus Ryback ever again. It's just, they gotta quit doing Rusev versus Ryback matches, and they definitely should never do another on a pay-per-view. So, Rusev wins by submission. No one cares. I'm gonna move on. That match was just a waste of time and should have never been on the TLC show. Up next was, I believe, what was next in order? I think it was the Wyatts against a Team Extreme. I think. So I'll go with that. I'll talk about that next. I had Team Extreme winning. They lost. I'm glad the Wyatts finally got a win on a pay-per-view. Good for them. I'm happy for the Wyatts. I'm a fan of theirs. All four guys are really talented. Braun isn't that good in the ring, but he's still learning. Luke Harper's great. Eric Rowan's good for what he does, but I'm a big fan of Bray Wyatt and Luke Harper are the best of the Wyatt family. They can go with anybody on the roster. They could wrestle anybody and probably have a great match with anybody. So the Wyatts defeat Team Extreme, the Dudleys, Tommy Dreamer, and Rhino. Rhino I knew was going to team with Team Extreme again, but I expected maybe, I don't know, Spike Dudley or Rob Van Dam maybe to come out and do a run-in, but that didn't happen. It was just Rhino and the Dudleys and Dreamer. It was a decent tables. It was a 8-team, not 8-team. My damn nose is stuffed. 4-team, not 4-team, 8-man tag team eliminations match. Can't think here. It was a 8-man tag team eliminations match. It was good for what it was. It was entertaining. It was fun to watch because I'm a fan of the Dudleys. Longtime fan of ECW. I was a ECW mark when they were around. I did drink Paul Heyman's Kool-Aid like a lot of people did. Anyways, I respect the hell out of Tommy Dreamer. The guy has broke his back for pro wrestling and the fans, and the guy continues to wrestle. He's had probably 30 concussions. He continues to wrestle. And I respect the hell out of the Dudleys. They're one of the greatest, most entertaining teams of all time. And for Rhino, I respect Rhino too. He's the ECW original, the last ECW World Heavyweight and TV champion. The last original ECW World Heavyweight champion, not the WWE's ECW World Champion, because that was not ECW. That was just crap. That was the WWE's version of ECW. So the Wyatts win. I was happy for them. They needed a win on pay-per-view. They got a win. That's great for them. Hopefully Bray Wyatt into WrestleMania and the Royal Rumble. Hopefully he gets a push. I had someone tweet me on Twitter during TLC and say their pick to win the Royal Rumble is Bray Wyatt. That's a great pick. I'd be really happy if WWE would have Bray Wyatt win the Rumble, but I don't think they will. But that'd be surprising, and it'd be good. And it'd be cool if Bray Wyatt won. I'd be all for that. But I think Brock Lesnar is going to return and go in the Rumble and win it. On to the next match. It was, I believe, the Divas title. Divas title match. Or no, I think it was Ambrose against Owens was next. After the Wyatt's Team Extreme, Ambrose against Owens was next for the Intercontinental title. This was not a gimmick match. This was not a ladder match. It was not a chairs match. It was not a tables match. It was just a regular one-on-one Intercontinental title match. And it was pretty damn good. Owens can work and wrestle anybody and have a great match with them. Same with Ambrose. They're two great wrestlers, two great workers that the fans love. At least I'm a big fan of Ambrose and Owens. I think they're both great and super talented. Owens defending his Intercontinental title, he wins, and I had him retain, not wins, Owens loses. I don't know why he said that. Owens loses the Intercontinental title. Pretty surprising because I had Owens winning, and I thought he should win, and I thought Owens should hold on to the Intercontinental title until WrestleMania 32, but it's obvious WWE has different plans for Kevin Owens. I heard rumors that Kevin Owens is going to work against Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania. I don't know if that will happen, but if it did, I think it'd be a pretty awesome match. And I mean, just think of the promo wars that Owens on the microphone could have going face to face against Paul Heyman on the mic on Raw. That'd be epic. And that'd be just epic promos from those two. So Owens loses. I thought he'd win, but he lost. Dean Ambrose is a new Intercontinental Champion. Good for him. Hopefully this gives Dean a push and helps his career. And I think it will help his career and his push. Being the new Intercontinental Champion, maybe Ambrose can go to WrestleMania and defend it. And if Owens doesn't work with Lesnar at WrestleMania, I think Kevin Owens should face Sami Zayn. I think that'd be a great match, and they'd steal the show. They could even put the NXT title on the line if Sami Zayn somehow wins it and defeats Samoa Joe in the future. And then has a title at WrestleMania and challenges Kevin Owens to a street fight for the NXT title at WrestleMania. I think that'd be great. But NXT's doing a show on, I believe, Friday night. A night before the Hall of Fame. NXT's putting on a show, I think, Friday night. And maybe Sami Zayn there will challenge Samoa Joe and beat him for the NXT title. Or who knows, maybe Finn Balor will still be the champion and still be with NXT and not on the main roster. But I expect Finn Balor, because you got to start 2016 off hot with fan excitement about the main roster. So I think that Finn Balor should be entered and put in debut in the Royal Rumble match and debut at the Rumble on the main roster. So then you could have Sami Zayn feud with Samoa Joe over the NXT title. Or you could have Apollo Crews feud and go after the title and go after Samoa Joe. But even if it's not for the NXT title, I think Owens against Zayn at WrestleMania would be money. It'd be epic. It'd be a great match. It'd be a war. It'd be a straight up street fight. It'd be awesome. At least as a fan, I'd love to see that at WrestleMania. I'd love to see Sammy versus Owens. So Ambrose is a new champ. Good for him. I'm happy for him. I'm a fan of his. Up next was the Divas title match. Charlotte defending the Divas title against Paige. Now this is pretty funny. I did a poll on my Twitter. I did a poll and said, who's the heel? Or I had an option to vote for. It said, you don't know who the heel is. Go, who is the heel, Paige or Charlotte? And vote and click on if you didn't know who the heel was. I thought that was funny. A lot of people voted on it. Like over 50 votes were cast in that poll. Anyways, Charlotte wins. I expected her to retain. I did not expect Paige to win. There was really no reason for Paige to win or become the Divas champion again. Charlotte needs to keep the title until WrestleMania, I believe. And if she keeps being heel and keeps having Ric Flair, her father, manage her as a heel and getting her to retain her title by any means necessary, by cheating, by being the dirtiest player in the game, by being the nature girl, by her doing it with Flair and cheating and all that good stuff. Having Charlotte retain, I think, is the right thing for the Divas division. They need to have Charlotte hold on to the title until WrestleMania and probably have her face Bayley, that came over to the main roster, have her face Bayley for the title, or have it be Bayley, Sasha, Charlotte in a triple threat, or just be Sasha versus Charlotte. And Sasha could turn babyface and maybe have Sasha get attacked by Team Bad in 2016 and be kicked out of Team Bad and beat down by Team Bad, and then Sasha could be a babyface and go on to face Charlotte for the title at WrestleMania. I think that'd be a good idea. And it would definitely be a good match, because in NXT in 2014 and even early 2015, Sasha versus Charlotte in NXT was epic. So we know they can have great matches together. They have done it before, and they could do it again at WrestleMania 32. If they want to make things even more exciting, add Bayley to the Divas title match at WrestleMania. Make it a triple threat. Okay, so Sasha retains. I had her winning and retaining, and she did. I think that was the right decision and the right call to make. Up next now was the main event, the WWE World Heavyweight Championship TLC match. You had Sheamus defending. I kept tweeting out shame ass because I don't like the guy, but I still have brains enough, and even though I do not like Sheamus, I still thought he should retain the title because I picked him in my predictions video. I still thought Sheamus should win at TLC and retain, and I knew that League of Nations would interfere, and they did interfere. I knew that was coming because it was too obvious, and it didn't make sense to have League of Nations interfere to try to screw Roman Reigns, to get the fans on Roman Reigns' side more, and to get more people that dislike him to cheer the guy. Because I've definitely, when Roman Reigns attacked Triple H tonight, I was on Roman Reigns' side, and I jumped over to wanting Roman Reigns to kick Triple H's ass because the guy's been screwed with so much since Survivor Series. He was screwed and screwed out of the title. We know that, and tonight he was screwed out of the title again. He finally snapped and took out Triple H, beat the hell out of him, laid him on a table, jumped off the other announce table, put Triple H through the table. Triple H got up on the outside of the ring. Roman speared him, almost speared him through the floor, 6 feet under. Stephanie was great. She was screaming. She did a great job screaming and being upset at Roman Reigns for attacking her husband. And then dumb JBL on commentary saying, Well, he's attacking the boss. He's attacking the boss of WWE. Well, we all know he's not the boss. Vince McMahon is still the boss of WWE, you stupid fuck, JBL. But JBL was probably fed that line by Vince to say Triple H is the boss of WWE or the owner of WWE. Whatever JBL said, it was idiotic. So Sheamus wins. It was a better TLC match. It was much better than I expected. I didn't expect much. I thought it'd be boring, and I did think that it went on way too long. The TLC match went on like 10 minutes, way too long. Felt like it was going on for 1 or 2 hours when I was watching it. I even tweeted that this Roman versus Sheamus TLC match feels like I've been watching it for 2 hours because it felt that long and it was getting really boring to me. It needed to end. They should have ended the pay-per-view at they should have ended it at 9:40 my time. They should have ended it at 9:40, but I think it went on until, you had Roman attacking Triple H. That probably went on for over 10 minutes. That, even though that was pretty awesome, and the crowd, it was awesome because the crowd was so into it. In Boston, they were pretty damn good tonight for TLC. I enjoyed Boston. They're a great wrestling city, great fan base for wrestling. There are some hardcore WWE fans in Boston. I know that for a fact. There are some great wrestling fans in Boston. And tonight, Boston delivered. They were damn good for TLC. And I'm glad during Rusev and Ryback, during that match, that was god-awful and super boring and put me to sleep. During that match, you had the fans, they got so fed up. I believe they started chanting CM Punk again. I am so sick of, even if the wrestling fans, even if they're chanting CM Punk out of anger because they're angry at the product, they still shouldn't be chanting his name because the guy's not coming back. He doesn't want to come back. He doesn't want anything to do with WWE. He claims he wouldn't return if he was offered $50 million. He says he won't return, that money isn't everything. So I got no issues, I got no hatred with CM Punk, even though the guy blocked me on Twitter over a year ago, 2 years ago. For some reason he blocked me because I probably tweeted him. I probably was angry when he left, and I probably tweeted him that you suck, or I think I said you suck, and then he blocked me for that. Whatever, I don't care. I don't worry about it. It's not a big deal, but CM Punk has blocked me. So, and I was a big mark for CM Punk when the guy was WWE champion for so long. I was a huge mark of his, big fan of his. If he came back, I would welcome him back, and I would still be a fan of his. If he came back and did great stuff in the ring and did great business and had great feuds, if he would come back in the future, I would welcome CM Punk back because I'm a hardcore fan. So, even though Punk seems like he never wants to return to wrestling again, and maybe he never will, I don't know. I can't predict the future, but all I gotta say is Brock Lesnar left WWE, never wanted to come back, had a lot of hate for the company and Vince, had a lot of anger towards Vince and leaving and being burnt out and never wanting to return. Well, the almighty dollar won. The almighty money won because Vince probably offered Brock $5 million a year to come back. I believe was his original deal was $5 million a year. He probably took it. Then he re-signed in 2015. Brock is re-signed, I think, for 3 more years, probably for even more than $5 million. And good for Brock. If he can get more than $5 million, he should take it. And if Vince is going to be that stupid to pay Brock $10 million a year. If I was Brock, I would take it. And Brock probably told Vince a number in their meeting and said, if you give me over $5 million, I'll stay. And Vince probably did. And Brock only works like under 10 matches a year. I mean, this year he's probably worked over 7, I think, with house shows, 6 or 7 matches a year. Whatever. However many it's been, I don't know. But Brock probably is going to work under 10 matches a year every single year he's under contract, and he's getting paid millions. So that's a great deal for him. And all the power to him if he can get a great deal like that, because Brock is a one-of-a-kind talent. He deserves it. In my opinion, Brock deserves it to be part-time because he's that good when he's on pay-per-view. So now back to whatever. CM Punk, he claimed he would never return for money. I don't believe that, but whatever. Maybe he will, maybe he won't. I don't really care. Either way, I don't care. But as I said, if Punk would return, I'd welcome him back because the guy was damn good when he was on top. So back to the main event, I had Sheamus winning because I think that was the right thing to do. If they want to have Sheamus drop the title at Royal Rumble or in February, I'm fine with that. But I could see WWE actually having Sheamus go to WrestleMania as a champion and lose it to Brock Lesnar, and have Brock take on Sheamus. I think that'd be a pretty good, hard-hitting, pretty good match. Have Sheamus against Brock. That'd be pretty good to see. I would enjoy seeing that because it'd be a stiff, straight-up stiff match. Be a lot of suplexes, a lot of hard-hitting shots. It'd be awesome. So Sheamus wins. He's still the WWE World Heavyweight Champion because the League of Nations had to interfere. Everybody knew that was coming. If you had a brain in your head, you knew the League of Nations was going to interfere. So then Triple H comes down. Stephanie comes down. And I thought Triple H was in England because NXT TakeOver London is only like 48 hours away. Or tonight is three nights away, so under 70 hours away is NXT TakeOver London. Triple H was magically, he just showed up on TLC, came out. I did not expect to see him. I even tweeted, I thought he was supposed to be in London, and I thought that was pretty funny. He must have took the WWE corporate jet. He must have took it back from London to Boston for TLC because they needed him on TLC. Reigns attacks Triple H. That was pretty awesome. I enjoyed that. And this was a great idea to do it, how they did it. To have Roman Reigns attack Triple H of the Authority. The Authority is still pretty hated. A lot of fans that watch Raw are sick of the Authority. They're sick of seeing them come out and cut 20-minute promos every Monday night. So Triple H, he will get Roman Reigns over as a babyface, and Vince, I'm sure, is very happy with the outcome because Boston was cheering and Boston was behind Roman Reigns, and I even got behind the guy. And I wasn't a fan of his, but I got behind him because it wasn't right that he was screwed, even though it was scripted like that, whatever. Still, I got behind Roman Reigns because the guy was screwed and that shit was not right. So, Boston got behind Roman. They were chanting, "Thank you, Roman, thank you, Roman," or "Thank you, Reigns," one of those chants they were saying. So they were really behind Roman. And they popped like hell when he attacked Triple H. And Stephanie screaming, that was epic. That was funny as hell. And then, as I said, during Ryback-Rusev, when Boston probably was bored out of their head, they started chanting, "Actually, we want Cena." And Cena is hometown boy from Massachusetts. I believe, where the hell's his little town he grew up in. I think it's called Newbury, Massachusetts, or something like that. So Cena, Boston was actually, if Cena was watching, he's probably shocked. Boston actually started chanting, "We want Cena," and then a lot of guys were chanting, "Cena sucks," and then "We want Cena, Cena sucks." That was funny as hell to hear that. I started laughing hearing that. I thought it was funny as hell. Anyways, TLC 2015, I'm going to end it now. TLC 2015, if I give it a grade, I'd give it a C+. The three-way ladder match was pretty damn good. That was a B. The end of the pay-per-view was a B also. B+. Getting Roman over like that, having him attack Triple H, that was great. That was the right decision, the right thing to do. I enjoyed that. So I would give TLC 2015 probably a C+. I thought it was a better pay-per-view than I expected. It wasn't a bad show. I enjoyed it. Except for Rusev, Ryback. That's what I thought of that match. It was absolutely crap and boring as hell. And I never want to see Rusev against Ryback again. Never. But TLC, it was a better than expected show. I thought it wouldn't be that good, but I enjoyed it. So, bye for now, everybody. Hope you enjoyed my TLC 2015 review. I'll be back with a review on NXT TakeOver London on Wednesday evening. Bye for now, everybody. Have a great Monday. Enjoy Monday Night Raw if you're watching it. I'll be on Twitter tweeting Monday Night Raw all 3 hours because I'm insane. Follow me on Twitter at TNAWWE Guy. Enjoy Monday Night Raw and have a good week and have a good Monday. Bye for now.